What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new, consider subscribing, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button for me. Alright, today we're going to take a look at the Civivi Ortis. This knife was sent in by my buddy Steven. This will be in the next knife sale in a package of knives. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested in some more budget-friendly knives and getting a bunch of them for a good price all together. But this knife here may be one of the best values out there. It really may be. I had no idea it was as cheap as it was, and yeah, considering the action, the materials used, this knife with my discount code BEDC10, use that by the way, you can get this knife for like $27 at White Mountain Knives. Got a nice hollow grind on the blade. It's got ceramic ball bearing detent, ceramic case ceramic bearings on the pivot. Yeah, it's glass reinforced nylon handles and backspacer, blacked out liners, 9CR18 MOV steel, which I just recently did a video of my long-term review of the Syncut Honorous and the Syncut Bronte. And these are both 9CR18 MOV. I actually misspoke in that video and said that they were D2. But I did correct it in the title and the description, so forgive me for that. But it'll give you a good idea of the size of this knife if you have either one of those, since I already have them out. But yeah, man, with the discount code $27, without the discount code it's $30 for this knife. I can't believe I haven't seen more about this knife out there, honestly, for that price. Give you the specs real quick. Overall length is 7.5 inches. Blade length is 3¼ inches. 9CR18 MOV blade steel. The handle thickness is 0.47 inches. The weight on this knife is 2.87 ounces, so it's extremely lightweight. And as I said before, case ceramic ball bearings on the pivot, a ceramic detent ball, multiple forms of deployment. Got flipper tab, which has excellent jimping on it that they've taken over the top, which is always appreciated. Gives you fantastic traction. The light switch is fantastic. Push button's fantastic. The reverse flick is my favorite personally. Can't really thumb flick this knife. It's a little too tight to the scales for me. I mean, I can do it, but it's just not comfortable. The reverse flick is much better. And detent is tuned perfectly on this knife. I mean, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's excellent. Let me give you some more size comparisons. We'll do some other Civivis and some more budget-friendly knives. You saw the two Sed cuts already. Here's the Petrified Fish Scholar. It's quite a bit smaller than the Scholar. How about the Civivi Hadros? This knife will be in the package with that knife, by the way. What else we got here? How about the Civivi Mini Asticus? Another knife that will be in that package. Here's another knife that will be in that package, the full-size Asticus. So those are 4 of the knives you will see in that package. Let's go ahead and pull a 5th knife out that you'll have in that package. The Kubi Vagrant. So go and get some of these out of here so you can actually get a size comparison. Vagrant's close in size, but the Vagrant's much thicker. The Asticus is the closest in size. I mean, lengthwise, they're almost identical. Thickness-wise, the Asticus is just a little bit thicker. The full-size Asticus is a behemoth of a knife, but man, such a good knife. Let's do a couple others here that aren't in that package as size comparisons. How about the Civivi Baby Banter and the Wee Banter? So quite a bit bigger than both the Banters. What else we got here? How about the Civivi Backlash? One of my favorite Civivis. Bit smaller than the Backlash. Here's the Civivi Durus. Bit bigger than the Durus. Kind of right in the middle of those two, actually. And then we'll do a couple more here that people may recognize more. Do a Benchmade Bug Out. My scales are coming very soon for this. My fat carbon scales. Can't wait to do that build on that Bug Out. Here's the QSP Penguin. both those knives are comparable, you know. As far as thickness goes, it's right in between the Bug Out and the Penguin as far as the thickness goes. Lengthwise, it's almost identical to a Bug Out in length. It weighs a little more than a Bug Out, but not too much more, considering it has full liners on both sides. Here's the Demco AD 20.5, and here is the Urban EDC Supply F5.5. So that should give you guys a good idea on the size of this knife. There are multiple versions of this knife that run. This version is the only one that's $30. The versions that are more expensive, their only difference is the scale color. There's OD green with a black blade. There's a black fiber reinforced nylon with the same blade. Same blade still in all of them. And it's $10 more than this knife. And then there's a blacked out one, black blade, black scales, that's $10 more, also $40. This is the only one that's $30, and it's actually in stock. And yeah, the action's excellent on this knife. For $30, or with the discount, $27, it's gonna be hard to beat this. A Civivi with Civivi action. If you're familiar with Civivi, feels like a Civivi. It does have reversible pocket clip, so it is left-hand friendly, tip up only. Yeah, ergos are really good. Back here in the normal grip, 4 fingers with a medium-sized hand. I get all 4 on there easily. And then you've got a nice choil here to choke up, and you just feel, that's the spot right there. That's the money spot. Feels really good in hand right there for me. That's how I would use it primarily. Flipper action's fantastic. The reverse flick is fantastic, and you can thumb flick it if you try. It's just the hole's a little close to the scales to comfortably thumb flick it, but you know, that's no big deal. I prefer the Spidey flick anyway, personally. Minimal flipper tab, so it's not all in your way. It is sticking up there a little bit. Honestly, it's not a bad looking knife. It really isn't. It's a good looking knife. And for $30, it's hard to beat this one, honestly. I didn't know Civivi made any knives that were that cheap. Most of the Civivis I've seen, I mean, the budget ones are $40, $50 generally. Don't see many of them out there for 30 bucks, so this would be a great knife. It's not very thick. It's very lightweight, very ergonomic, grippy with the way they've done this milling on the scales. Blacked out liners, blacked out pocket clip and hardware. I think this knife would look better personally with a blacked out blade with the blue. They do make, like I said, a fully black murdered out edition with the black blade. And they make OD green color with the black, OD green scale with the black blade. But those are all $10 more, $40 for those. And then there is a Damascus with carbon fiber that's actually $90, so 3 times as much as this knife. But for 30 bucks, this is a hard one to beat. I would highly recommend this knife for $30. There's not much out there that I would say for $30 you could buy that would be as good as this. I'm trying to think of something. The Penguin's there. Everything else is more. Like the Sun Cuts are $10 to $15 more. The other Civivis are more. Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that is as well known and as dependable as a Civivi that's $30. And the Penguin's the only one I'm coming up with right now, the QSP Penguin. And it's going to be more. It's going to be $33 to $50 depending on which variation you get. So it's still going to be $5 more than this with the discount code. So yeah, this one's a hard one to beat. If you guys got one of these, comment below. What do you think about it? For the money, I think it's a great deal. I think you can't go wrong with it. So I will link it in the description. I'll link it on Amazon and on White Mountain Knives and put my discount code down there. If you want to get it on White Mountain Knives, you're gonna. It's actually this model's $40 on Amazon. All the models are $40 on Amazon. So White Mountain Knives at the moment has these for $30, which is a very, very good deal. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next one.